Hi there, it's Craig Ingham, and I've been an actor now in so many Beernuts Productions films, I guess about half a dozen, maybe, or maybe even a little bit more, and I've played everything from an accountant through to an out-of-shape gym junkie wannabe. One of my favourite ones was not only the art critic, I hope you enjoyed that, but also the screaming poet, where I absolutely screamed a poet's message at a wedding. And you know, that's what I love about a Beernuts Productions film. So when gough actually sends me a script, the first thing I do is read it all and have a really good laugh. Because nowadays, you know, there's not much to laugh about. So when you know you're going to be appearing in a Beernuts Productions film, you know it's all going to be a lot of fun. And thank you for laughing along with us, and hopefully many more to come.
Hello there, it is Sunday the 20th of August and it is audition day. So there's a few reasons why I haven't done any updates for a week and a bit. Firstly and mainly is because organising these auditions is a very time consuming process and pretty much takes up the entire week. So as mentioned, I have to deal with the agents. They go to the actors, some actors want to audition, some actors don't want to audition. Then I also go for freelance actors, so I have to look up freelance actors, do my research. Again, some want to audition, some don't want to audition. I get some amazing excuses as to why people don't want to audition. One of the ones that does spring to mind is a woman read the script and she wasn't amused by the comedy and said that she didn't want to do it because she had a reputation, to which I replied, "What reputation? You've only done one Subway commercial." So that's the kind of folks that sometimes I have to deal with. On the last film, this is absolutely true. People don't believe me, but this is true. The character in the film had to get wet, and so the actress said she didn't want to audition for the role because she is allergic to water, which I'm no doctor, but I think is a medical impossibility. But anyway, we put all that to one side. I have 25 actors coming in today. That may sound like a lot, but lots will cancel. I've never done a casting session yet where everybody has showed up. Never ever. I would assume out of the 25, or at least 6, if not more, will either cancel last minute or just not show up with no email, phone call, or text message. So yeah, there will be a lot that cancel. So there's 4 roles. I have 8 coming in for one role, 7 for another, 5 for another, and 5 for the other role. So yes, I have 25 actors booked in today. I will let you know how it all goes, and hopefully we can find our 4 remaining actors. Oh, I have organised the 7 extras I need as well. If you recall, there are extras that I had to organise, and I also organised them through one of the agents that I like to deal with. So yes, so the only things that are remaining are the 4 supporting roles that hopefully will get done today. I shall keep you updated. Bye now. So this is the office space I'm currently using. It is, if we go back here, through here, it is actually a clothing warehouse situation. So yeah, that's the office space I'm currently at. It's not ideal, obviously, but you know, it's better than a kick to the balls. But I used to have a killer space, but unfortunately at the end of last year, the person that owned that building sold that building, and that meant all the tenants, including me, got kicked out, which super sucked. And this was pretty much the only place I could find. I shouldn't actually criticize too much, because the lady that runs this space is really lovely, super cooperative, and yeah, is just really easy to work with. So it's while it's not perfect, it absolutely is fine for what I need it for, which is auditions and rehearsals, basically. So yeah, that's the space. We are also going to be using this back area here on the filming day as a filming location. We're going to turn it into a ladies' clothing shop. I should probably explain how I go about doing the auditions, because they are very different to how others do the auditions. So I have nobody in here, as you can see, helping me out. It's just me. I get the actors to bring in the entire script, and what we do is we go through their whole role. So I make them do their whole role. I read the other lines, obviously, And most of the time, I barely even look at the person because I'm concentrating on their voice only, making sure that I'm getting the tones and inflections that I want. And then obviously, I'll also give any direction that I want. So, if I want them to do it a different way, I give them direction, see how they go at taking direction. But yeah, so the audition process for me is very different. I don't film them or anything of that nature. I simply just sit with them. We read through all of their part, every single last bit of it. And yeah, I have a listen, see if they're delivering the lines if I want. I figure if they can get the lines delivered as I want, everything else will kind of fall into place. So that's how I go about doing the auditions. I should also point out the reason why I do auditions on a Sunday is because a lot of actors have second jobs. So Sunday seems to be the day when most people are able to make it in for an audition. Simple as that. I just thought I'd step out, get a little bit of fresh air, because it's not nice being cooped up in an office all day. But it's going really well so far. I'm genuinely pleased. I've seen some really great actors. It's been really cool. I've had so far 3 cancellations and 1 person just not show, but everybody else so far has done. So I've got about another 6 or so to go. But so far is so good. We've got 3 out of the 4 roles done. So we've got 1 role remaining to get cast. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really, really happy. So the last one of the day was a no-show, which is super annoying because it means I could have gone home by now. But the good news is I have all my actors. So all 4 roles have now been cast. So yay me. Yeah, so my predictions of 6 people not showing up were close, 5. So 3 cancelled and 2 just didn't show. But really doesn't matter because I have my 4 actors and so I now have a full cast. So yes, I'm very pleased. I'm also cooked. It has been a huge day. So I am now off to get a beer and a steak. Goodbye. Small editorial correction. We got barbecue pork ribs and a beer. How good are they? Oh. Well, hello there. Today is August the 23rd, which is a Wednesday. Forgive the appearance. I do need to have a shave. Apparently, I am going for the rugged, handsome look. So, not sure I'm pulling it off, so I might go and have a scrub after I record this. Probably should have done it beforehand. Anyway, never mind all of that. I've come here to give you an update. So, in regard to cast, obviously everybody is now in. So I know I've given some facts and figures previously. The final number is 28. So there are 28 actors that are going to be in this. That includes speaking roles and extras, and there are 4 crew members. So that's 32 people, not including myself. So 32 people that I have to manage, pretty much. That may sound like a lot. For the education system film that I did early last year, there was about 58 people involved in that one, and the wedding film was a bit less. That was about 46, I think, from memory. So I have worked with more, but still, 32 people is a lot of people to control. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, also now, the thing that I need to do next is costuming. That is very important. So, as you saw, I do have the jockey outfit sorted already. There's been a couple of other bits and pieces that I've had to buy some actors. But for the most part, the actors, I ask them to supply their own. So what we do is I tell the actors what I would like them to wear. They then go to their closet, see what they own. They take some photos of them wearing a few different options. They email those photos over to me. And I will approve. Now, because of my shitty eyesight, this can sometimes be a little bit difficult for me, so sometimes I do have to get in a second opinion, but for this particular project, I don't know that I'll have too many issues, as a lot of the costumes are reasonably standard. For the dudes, it's like pants and shirts, and the ladies are wearing reasonably normal kind of things. It's more a case of making sure that not everyone's wearing the same colour and all that kind of stuff. I also make sure they send over photos of shoes, jewellery, For the ladies especially, we work out the hair so that, again, not everybody's got the same kind of hairstyle. So yeah, I work out all of that sort of stuff. It's kind of funny, actually, being a blind male like I am. I seem to, over the last few years, I've learned an awful lot about ladies' fashion and hair and so forth, much more than I thought I ever would. But, you know, it's part of the gig. So, yeah, so the next thing we do now is work out all the costumes with all the actors. The only thing that can be frustrating as well in this bit is also waiting for them to email me over their options. Some are very good and very efficient, some are not, and I have to chase them, and that is annoying, having to ask people a million times to send over some photos. But again, that's just how it goes. So yeah, that is today's update. I hope that was interesting. Hello there. It is Thursday, the 24th of August. It's August. And I'm just jumping on real quick for two reasons. Firstly, I thought I should also clarify another couple of reasons why I have to approve costumes. I'm not some kind of weirdo control freak. There's also legal reasons. For example, there can be no brands or labels on costumes, otherwise I might get sued. And also to make sure there's no patterns or stripes that may strobe or come up looking funny on camera. So there are multiple reasons why I get them to email over costumes, their photos, and I approve them. But the main reason I jumped on today is to tell you that, if you recall, I needed a child actor for this particular film. So again, I did auditions for that last Sunday. I didn't post any photos or anything of that nature because, again, needed parents' permission before I post photos of a child. But the mother is super lovely of the child who I hired, and she actually took a video of her telling the young fellow that he got the part, and it's quite a funny video. He just got off the bus from school camp and apparently wasn't in the best of moods, as you can kind of tell, but it's quite a funny little video, so I hope you enjoy. I think it's very nice.
Hi, how are you?
Not good.
Why? Help me.
I'm fine.
Oh, hey. Oh. You got it.
You serious?
Yeah.
You serious?
You're joking, aren't you? I'm videoing.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you like, I am.
You good?
I want to see it. Hello, and thanks a lot, Gough, for the part. I'm really excited. I've been practicing. I've almost fully memorized it, and I'm just really surprised. And thanks a lot. I am so grateful, and I'll be sure to get it right.
Hello there. Today is Monday, the 28th of August, and I am currently in the park. I'm here today to do an early rehearsal with one of the actors. The reason why we are in the park and not the office space is because I don't have access to the office space today. Now, I often do use this park for filming, so you will have seen it in Small Mercies, Jasmine Stinks, and probably about a half a dozen other films. I've used this park for filming, and I use it a lot for rehearsals as well, mainly because it's free, but also it is a public space that's not intimidating, very open, and has an undercover area, all that sort of stuff. So it's very good for rehearsals, and it's a place where people can feel comfortable. One of the other reasons why I like using this park a lot for both filming and rehearsals is because nobody ever uses it. Through the week, it is always empty. Weekends, kids and stuff use it for birthday parties, but through the week, there is never a soul here. All right, so I'm here with Elliot, who's going to be one of our main actors. How did rehearsals go, Elliot?
Oh, mate, it was off to a bloody good start, I thought. Lots of laughs, good times.
All right, well, that's good. He did actually do a really fantastic rehearsal. This is going to be a really funny piece. So I do have some unfortunate news. Unfortunately, I've had to replace an actor. So the short version of the story is it was one of the actors that I hired about 6 weeks ago. I'd worked with them once before and everything was fine then. However, this time they were being unprofessional and unreliable. So I had a chat to them on Friday telling them to sort of straighten up. They did not do that. And so I had to release them, and which is a shame, obviously. I didn't want to do that, but I simply don't have the resources to be able to take a risk on someone who is acting unprofessional and unreliable. I mean, the last thing I need is for someone to just not show up on the shoot day, for example. That just can't happen. So, yes, I made the decision to replace them. So this afternoon, I'm going to be making some phone calls and emails to some other actors to hopefully get them replaced. Luckily, it was a smaller role, and luckily I know a few other actors of a similar age and description to them, so I'm really hoping that it's not going to be too difficult to find a replacement. So we shall see how I go. So it is now 9:15 in the evening, and good news, I have my new actor. So yes, very happy indeed that I was able to get her replaced so fast. Some people may think I've been a little bit harsh in how I've gone about this, but in my defence, I have been burnt before by whether it be cast members or crew members in previous projects. So I just have a zero tolerance kind of policy going forward. The worst phrase in the world you can ever hear is, don't worry, it'll be fine, because that's a sure sign that it will not be fine. So, yes, I don't trust anybody. So, yeah, need to do what they need to do when they need to do it, or it ain't going to work. So, yeah, that's why I made the decision that I made. But yes, have my new actor, very pleased indeed. We'll chat to them in more detail tomorrow, but they've agreed, so all good. In other news, most of the actors have sent through their costume photos, so have got most of them sorted out. There's always a few stragglers, but that's just how it goes. So yes, costuming is coming along well, and so we're all back on track, I would say.
Hi, my name's Donna Cameron, and I'm a psychologist. I first met Gough back in 2010 when he interviewed me for his documentary, I Will Not Go Quietly. Since then, Gough and I have been able to maintain a beautiful friendship, and I have been able to view, read and witness a lot of the productions and all the effort and work that goes into them. I really respect and admire Gough for the motivation and the determination he has in all the work pieces that he does. A lot of the times there's a question on whether the jokes are Donna appropriate, and sometimes he gets it right, but I always have a smile after watching his work. I really respect you, Gough, and everything that you've done, except your football team, you probably need to change that. Keep going with all of your hard work, and I'm looking forward to this next piece.
Hello there. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of August. Now that I have the cast sorted and, props, costumes are mainly done, locations, so forth and so on, pretty much everything is organised, my focus now turns to rehearsals. So I have a pretty basic kind of rule, which is that if I have worked with the actor before and I know that I can trust them in regards to getting their lines down and so forth, it is up to them in regards to their rehearsal schedule, because some actors like to rehearse a lot, others like to be left alone. So I leave it up to them to decide what they want to do. There is, of course, a main rehearsal, which everybody must attend a day or two before the film shoot, but leading up to it, it's up to the actors how much contact they have with me. Some people want to talk to me a lot. Some people don't want to talk to me at all. Yes. However, if the actor is new and I have never worked with them before, then I will decide the rehearsal sort of schedule. So I'll rehearse with them, see how they're going, and make a bit of an informed decision as to how many more rehearsals will be required. So that will be the focus going forward now, with the actors at least, is to get them rehearsed and sounding fantastic so they do a terrific job. So yeah, that is where I'm currently at. Hello there. Today is Thursday, the 31st of August. And one thing I like to do if I'm feeling a bit stressed is just to go for a bit of a walk and listen to music. So that's what I'm doing right now, because it's been a very stressful 48 hours. Firstly, on Tuesday, after I finished the vlog, to you guys, an actor emailed me, or an extra I should say, emailed me and said they didn't want to do the film anymore. And then on the Wednesday, yesterday, I had another extra email me and say they didn't want to do the film anymore. Neither of them gave reasons. It really is irrelevant what their reason is. I don't really care. I just need to replace them. So I called up their agent and got 2 replacements. So that was fine. The issue I have had, though, is that the Australian federal government have called an election for October 14. Now, while I'm not going to be filming on October 14, there will be 2 weeks prior to that of pre-poll voting. And of course, in Australia, voting is compulsory. And the issue that I do have is that the venue I was going to use, being the Runaway Bay Community Centre, is a venue that the Australian federal government have decided is going to be a voting venue. So anybody who has hired that venue has been kicked out, which means I've been kicked out. So I had 2 choices. I could either reorganise that bit of filming for another day, but of course that's not really an option because it would mean I would have to pay my crew for another day's work, and it would also mean that the actors would need to be available on that new date. And of course, that's probably not likely to happen considering it's a scene that has quite a few actors in it. So the only logical explanation, or not explanation, the only logical thing to do is to get a new venue for the same day and same time, which is very difficult. So I thought about what I need. So I need a classroom type setup for this particular scene. So I thought, what can I use? So I thought, what about a conference venue if I call up some places? And then I thought to myself, well, one of the previous venues I've used for a couple of my other films, Palmer Golf down in Robina, they do conferences. So I called up Simon, who runs that venue, who is far too relaxed for my liking, but that's just how the man is. I called him up to see if I could use his venue. And finally, I struggled to get a hold of him, but finally I did. And about 5 minutes ago, he emailed me back and he said that they have 1 room available. Everything else is booked, but they do have 1 room available. Do I want it? And I said, yes, absolutely. I just want to clarify that we can turn it into a classroom type setup with chairs and tables and so forth, but I'm pretty sure that won't be an issue as they do conferences, so I can't see how that would be a problem. So hopefully I have fixed this new issue that I had. I will now depart because it's a very windy day today and it's playing havoc with my hair. So yes, until next time. Here's something else fun I use whenever I'm stressed.
Eat shit. Fuck you. You're an asshole. Fucking jerk. Eat shit.
Hilarious. Hello there, today is Monday the 4th of September and I think my t-shirt, I'm not for everyone, hope that was seen, that probably sums things up quite well. So, made myself laugh. Alright, so there have been quite a few things that have taken place over the last few days, not many of them favourable unfortunately. So I did, however, replace the venue. So as I told you, because of that election, we had to replace a venue. It looks like Palmer Golf have come through with the goods. So even though the venue is a lot bigger, more expensive, and a lot nicer than what we actually require, it will do the trick fine. So that's just how things go. When I budget a movie, I do obviously have a contingency lot of money that I can dig into if required for these exact reasons. So that'll get hammered a bit with this, but that's okay. I've done a couple of rehearsals with some actors, and that's gone very well. So that is a good thing. However, one of the actresses I hired during the audition process a couple of weeks ago has been an absolute nightmare to deal with. I mean, just literally impossible to deal with. I think she thinks she's Meryl Streep. She is not Meryl Streep. Anyway, the point is I made the decision that I would just let her go because I couldn't handle her bullshit anymore. So I contacted her agent and told her of the decision, and also what sort of helped the decision was, like I said on the day, I did actually see some really fantastic actors. So there was a couple of actors who were equally as good as this particular actress. So I offered one of them the role, and yesterday on Sunday afternoon, she got back to me and said that yes, she would be happy to take over the role, which is very nice of her, considering obviously I had originally said no to her. So she could have been a bitch and gone, no, fuck you, Gough, but she didn't do that. She was really lovely about it, and we've spoken again today, and she's been super. So hopefully this new actress will work out well. So that is a good thing. Now, the bad news that I had was Pete, Surly Pete, the production assistant. You haven't seen him for a while, and the reason being is he had to go back to New Zealand because he has a family member who was taken quite ill, which is not good, obviously. And he called me up today, and he was very sorry to tell me that he's going to just have to stay in New Zealand indefinitely to look after this family member. So obviously that's terrible news for him personally, clearly, obviously, but obviously on a selfish level on my part, it means obviously now I have to replace him. And obviously he was doing, I'm saying obviously fair way too much. Anyway, I will refrain from saying that word for the rest of this vlog. But he was playing the security guard role, which was an extra, so I've got to replace that. That shouldn't be too difficult, but it's him as a crew member that I'm going to actually really genuinely struggle to replace. Because he was a very valuable crew member, and he always did a wonderful, wonderful job. So that I'm currently giving thought about on how I'm going to replace him. I was thinking, should I replace him? But then that would be unfair to Ash, the other production assistant, because there would be a lot of heavy lifting, both literally and metaphorically, and it would be unfair to do that to her. So I will have to replace him, but who, I'm not 100% sure of yet, because I don't know too many crew members. So yeah, that's the pickle I'm currently in. So some good news, some not so good news, but yes, we will see how things progress. A storm is brewing, so I best get myself home so I don't get struck by lightning, because yes, hasn't been a great week, but hopefully things will progress well. We will see how they go. I'm back, and it's still Monday the 4th of September. A couple of things I thought I should just update you with. First things first is I just watched back this afternoon's clip and realised that the sound wasn't too flash. There was a lot of wind from the storm that was brewing. I should probably explain, when I decided to do this vlog movie situation, I gave myself a rule that I would not redo anything. I would just do one take of everything. I wouldn't practice it or rehearse it or write anything. I would just do the vlogs whenever I felt it necessary to do a vlog, and it would all be very real and very raw, and it is what it is type of a situation. So obviously there are going to be clips that aren't too flash for whatever reason. Today's earlier one being a good example, as the sound wasn't fantastic because of the wind, but it is what it is. You know, there's no do-overs. So I gave that as a rule. And my personality type, I'm a very rule kind of a person. So if I set myself a rule, then I will obey said rule. So that's why that previous clip probably wasn't as great as it could have been. Now, in regards to the situation at hand, in regards to replacing Surly Pete. So I was able to get a new extra to do the security guard role, so that was okay. That wasn't too stressful. In regards to the crew member, I only know a couple of other crew members because I only really work with the same people. So I don't have a wide knowledge of different people in the industry because I stick to my own. So I contacted a couple of crew members who I do know, but because of the current actors' strike that is happening, they were working on, I think, like Mortal Kombat, and one was doing a Netflix series, both of which got shut down a couple of months ago now. So as a result, one's decided just to change jobs, industries, and is just not doing it anymore. And another one has gone up to the Northern Territory working on an Australian project. So they just weren't available. So I thought, who could I get? So I had a good think. And Aaron Pearl, who has been an actor in quite a few of my films, he's a really top-class individual. I know he's trustworthy. He's always very enthusiastic. He always does a really great job. So I gave him a call and said to him, even though he has done no crew work previously, I said, would you like to take this on? Most of the tasks that he will be doing will be sort of labour intensive, as in setting things up, packing things up, carrying things, holding things, all that sort of stuff. So it's something that I'm very positive he can do and do successfully. He said yes, so that was very good. So I have replaced Surly Pete, which is a shame. Like I say, I love Pete, but sadly, circumstances meant that he couldn't be involved. But yes, so that concludes today's roundup, I guess. Hello there, today is Tuesday, the 5th of September, and I'm giving myself an afternoon off, mainly because a very close friend of mine, Loz, she's over visiting from the UK. She lives in London. She's over visiting. I've known Loz for, crikey, over 25 years. Long time. We are the best of mates, and so I'm very excited about catching up with her. We will try and get her on camera some way, somehow. She can be a touch camera shy, so we'll see how we go. But we are going to go and have a game of beers. If you are wondering what a game of beers involves, it involves drinking lots of beer. And the best part about this game is everybody's a winner. So, yay me. So, yes, I might check back in a bit later on. I might not. It'll be a fun time either way.
How would I sum up Gough? Gough, bald and badly behaved.